Now let's talk about flirting, and yeah, it's the same concept with everything else. It comes from inner game. It comes from your self-belief because your nonverbals are a symptom of your self-belief. If you strongly believe that you're an attractive dude, it works. You come off more flirtatious and sexy. Okay? So the reason why a lot of dudes don't have this concept is because of social conditioning. The society tells you to not be sexual, be a nice gentleman first. But you know what? It's the opposite way around. We're normal human beings, we are men, we meet women, and of course, we're gonna get attracted to each other. So, of course, we should think to ourselves that we are a sexy dude, sexy human being. It all starts from there. Okay? Once you have this core self-belief, and once you have some proof that this works, it's gonna help you the most. Okay? So, as I said before, inner game, most important. 80% of flirting and teasing and all of these concepts comes from inner game. So the number one thing I want you guys to think about is what kind of self-beliefs are going to help you to be more flirtatious. And I would like to say the first thing is I am a sexy motherfucker. I am a sexy dude. Okay, you start from there. And once you have that core self-belief, what you have to do laterwards is when you go on dates, you need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself that with this belief, I'm going to take the right action, get the right results, and it's going to reinforce the self-belief and your identity that you are this type of person. So, two parts. Believing that you are a sexy dude. The other part is taking action. Okay? Act as if. Act as if you are that person. And then once you get the proof, you become that person. So that's the 80% of flirting and physical escalation. Let's get into a little bit more specific skill sets. So the first thing I like to say is the distance. So imagine you're talking to a girl who is sitting across. It's far away. It's hard to communicate, right? You have to be loud. And being loud is kind of the opposite of being sexy. Okay? When you're trying to be a little bit more flirtatious, you want to have a more subtle vibe. Your voice is like this. The volume isn't that high. You have a certain smile and your eyes look a certain way. So this all stems from the inner game, by the way. Okay? But if you're at a distance, it's really hard to be flirtatious. Okay? Imagine you're talking in this volume. Would it sound flirtatious? No, you're just loud, okay? You're just shouting. And the second part I want to say is the seating. Not seating, seating. So when you're in a restaurant, you can sit across or you can sit next to her. Preferably, 100% preferably sit next to her, okay? Like a bar stool or a round table where you can sit like nearby. And what you want to do is, once you have that self-belief that, oh, I am this sexy guy, your communication changes, okay? Your voice is more soft. It's more like this. You're a bit more teasing. You have this certain look, and you communicate like this, okay? So, just to give you an example, A and B, compare. So I actually do this. I did this before coming here, and yeah, it's really interesting that we're having a nice conversation right now. That's A, being loud and just being normal. But if you believe that you have this energy, type B, this is gonna happen. Yeah, to be honest, like we only met for like an hour or so, and I don't know, it's kind of interesting, right? It has a more flirtatious type of energy. Okay? So before you get into those verbal games, that what to say, what to do, like how to like physically escalate, this is the core element, guys, okay? Believing that you are this type of person, and also considering the seating and being soft and smooth. Okay? There's a quote. You have to be smooth. Volume is low. Okay? You have to have those two things. So let's talk about the kiss. Okay, a lot of guys have trouble getting the kiss, but here's the thing. This is the general theory. If you play things right, you could get the kiss in approximately within 2 hours in the day. And once you get once you get the kiss, it's like an agreement, mutual agreement that you guys like each other. So that's actually when the date starts, okay? By the way. So when is it possible? How do you know she's gonna accept the kiss? Okay? I don't like the frame accepting your kiss because it looks as if like she's evaluating you. But anyway, when is it possible? Once you do it 2 to 3 times, you're gonna have you're gonna have the feeling naturally, but let me just tell you how it is. So once you look into your eyes, you have this slow communication and you're smirking, she's smiling. There's this slight moment of pause. When you both have that energy, that's the green light. Okay? But if she's like looking away, it's like she's too shy, it doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's just not optimal. So when she's looking at you with the same energy, that is when you go for it. Well, I guess you might ask, like, bro, I still don't know. Of course you don't know. You don't have the experience. So once you do it a couple of times, maybe 3 times, you're gonna struggle. To be honest, you're gonna struggle, but once you do it, you're gonna get the gist of it. You're gonna understand, oh, that's how I do it. Oh, got it. Right? Those experiences are gonna help you in the future. And yeah, that's how you do it. So all in all, just 80% of being flirtatious is your self-belief. That's 80%, okay? And then the other 20% is gonna be the distance and the seating and yeah, the concept of kissing. Hope this helps. See you on the next video.